And we are live. Welcome to the Alchemy of Light. I'm your host, the Joyful Mystic Kate. And I am so grateful that you are here today. And I should explain, if you're new to the channel, and I appreciate that you are here because there are so many other choices where you could be at this moment. But the fact that you are here with us means so much to me. The Alchemy of Light is about the energy that we feel when we come together. It's like when you're with your best bud and you're giggling from the start to the finish, and you know that what you've experienced is magic. And that magical energy is the alchemy of light. So with that as a premise, and knowing that we can change the world by sharing that magic, that's where we come together. We share our love and we send it out into the universe. And we really could use some love in the universe. So again, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you to my subscribers, my new subscribers. It always amazes me when I see someone new popping in and I go, wow, that's so cool. How'd that happen? Because I don't have a clue how that happened. Oh, let's see here. We have a little bit of housekeeping. Next week, I am going to be announcing the winner of the mystery box, which if you left a comment under the video, any of the videos, that is an entry into the box. So every time that you make a comment, you're entered into the drawing. You can leave as many comments as you want. You can leave an emoji, you can leave a thumbs up or anything else, and a question if you want. And that puts your name into the hat. So just to clarify that, I know there were some people that were, how do I enter the contest? How do I get the free mystery box? Ooh, how do you get the free mystery box? Yes, how does that happen? So that's happening next Thursday, okay? And next Thursday, we might be even doing a little bit of dream work. I might pull out the dream detective hat or monocle as it was and see if there's any questions that I can help answer or explain anything about your connection in your dream life. All of this is connecting. It's all connecting. Connecting to each other, connecting to source, connecting to the universe. It's all about that connection. And what do we do with it? And how do we use it? And so I am tickled to introduce everyone today to Corinne. Corinne is from Soul's Home, which I love the name of your site, of your of you. Of you. I love that. I should explain that I was looking for or asking for a sign. I was looking for a sign for a specific question that I had asked the universe, that I had asked Source, my guides and angels. My guides and angels are really good at giving me answers that are fairly loud. But this one was quiet. This one I was waiting for, I was looking for, I was, turning up the volume of my hearing aid. I'm kidding. But I was, was really searching for that answer to come in. And without even knowing it, Corinne answered it within the first 10 seconds of me meeting her. So I have to tell you, there's a really strong spiritual connection here. I think that what she offers and how she does it is spectacular. It's warm, it's healing, it's so gentle. And we both came from a place of having a conversation, of having a lot of change happening for us in the last few years. And so today's topic circles around change, around our need to change, and what is changing, and how do we do that without feeling really uncomfortable. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Corinne from Soul's Home. Welcome, Corinne. Thank you for saying yes.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we've had some really great conversations without it being recorded.
This is true. Maybe we should have done some shorts on our conversations, but
Really?
yeah, it's all good. It's all good. The important part is that we met and that spirit wanted us together. So So having that, knowing that, I did send the questions to Corinne. Do you want to tell everybody what it is that you do?
So I'm a psychic medium and a conscious channeler, I would call it. So spirits talk to me, your spirits talk to me, and I relay the messages that they have for you. And it generally is, they speak to me in metaphors, so they give me pictures in my mind, and then they decipher them for me. So
Got
it's
it.
the conscious knowing and the conscious seeing that I do. So they're actually pretty profound, and it's usually, it always relates from your past lives. It's always bringing those forward to this life that you're still unresolved in, and it's generally the things you're struggling with at the moment.
Wow. That's awesome. Now, just out of curiosity, did you know that it was a I just hit something and my whole screen went so I'm like, okay, I hope I'm still there.
You're still here. You're still talking.
I can't even blame the cat. Normally I blame the cat because she's the one usually like walking along like I can't even blame the cat tonight. This is something that I did. So oh my gosh, it is so funny when you rearrange stuff. Like I have a new light.
Yeah.
I got a comment the other night from someone who said, it's so nice to actually see you and that you're not in the dark. I'm in the dark? Oh my gosh, I had no idea that it was coming across as me hiding in the dark. But it's probably very true. So anyway, so I rearranged something and all of a sudden it's, things are different. So I apologize. I didn't. Yeah. I didn't mean to be doing that. And I'm hearing somebody's commenting that we have an echo. So we're really not sure what that is all about, but we will try and adjust it as we go through. I could probably turn down my speakers.
I'm on an iPad, so I don't know if that helps at all.
Okay, we'll just see how this goes. We'll just have to see how it goes. Maybe if the folks in the chat can let me know if that improved anything when I turn down my own speakers. It's supposed to be noise canceling, so there's some stuff there.
I think it's coming from my end. Do you hear it now? No.
I didn't hear it before.
No, I didn't hear it either. So I think
I didn't hear it before. So maybe you guys can let us know in the chat. By the way, welcome to Lauren and Rose there. Thank you for being here. Thank you also, Jay, for being here. I know that she is lurking. She's got some other things that she's working on too.
I like to lurk too. So good on her.
You like to work too? Okay.
I like to lurk. Yeah.
Okay, so the response is coming back. That's probably from your iPad, but we'll just have to go with it.
I'm not technical.
It's okay.
Technical, so I would not know how to adjust anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll just go with it and know that it's
as long as they can hear us.
Yeah, that's important. Oh my gosh. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to ask you is when you know spirit is connecting, like did you know that spirit had a message that you needed to give me?
When I connect with spirit, it's usually they're very subtle. Like it's almost like the thoughts and the words that come through are their thoughts and their words, but I am thinking them and I am speaking them. And I know that sounds strange, but it's when you turn back and you say, wow, that's pretty profound, that you realize it's not you at all. So they do that, like it's kind of like you're just channeling all the time, right? When you're talking to somebody and they've asked a question,
right,
and it needs to have spirit answer, spirit does answer it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can try and change a setting within the program. I don't know if it will affect anything. I know that you only have the iPad on, right?
I only have the iPad, and generally I don't get an echo, so I don't know where to adjust anything to do anything.
Okay. So I'm gonna click away here and see if that does any changes for everybody. But thank you for letting us know, because I can only hear me and Corinne, I can't hear her echo. So it's important to know. So
how's that now? Can you hear an echo now?
I don't know. Can you guys let us know from the chat? Is there is the echo still happening? Okay, you would have to say something so that they would know.
Testing, one, two,
Two,
three.
three. I tell you what. Catering
Yeah.
makeup over here. We're taking a quick break. Bring us something to drink and something to eat, and we'll figure it out. Thank you guys for your patience with us as we try and figure this out. But if we can only do what we can do. So, oh, fantastic! It sounds like it's gone. So maybe
Okay.
it was my settings that I had pre-done within the streaming service. So that's awesome. So, as I mentioned, thank you so much, chatters. As I mentioned, it was something that we met spontaneously, and that you had answered the question for me that I had asked Spirit. So knowing that we were connected, that we were meant to have this conversation, I was extremely excited because it was like, it's like, how do you explain it? It's kind of like on the days when you get your teacher assignment and you go, "Oh, I got the good teacher." Right? I got the good one. I got the young one who plays guitar and likes
The
drama.
cool kid. Yeah.
Yeah, as a little kid, right?
Yeah.
And then later, of course, we get to choose, and we have no idea except the printed name, that's on the thing. And we cross our fingers that the
That's
right
right.
people are in the class and the right
Yeah.
things are happening. And that's one of the things I just absolutely adore about doing this, is because I know that the right energies come in. I know that my heart, your heart, their hearts are all in the same realm, and that we're all doing the same good for all of humanity. And so it's just super exciting to me. It's just really, really, really fun. So
Yeah. I agree.
anyway,
100%. Yeah.
yeah. So like I mentioned before, Corinne and I both have been through an awful lot. And in the last few years, it's kind of felt like Dorothy in the house as it's blowing around, waiting for it to land. And then when it did land, it kind of felt like, I'm glad it landed, but everything is different.
It is. Yeah. And where do you go from there? Like,
Yes,
where do you go? Like, you don't know where the stores are. You don't know where your people are. You don't know. Like, you're continually wondering what the next step is.
exactly.
And
And
it,
even to buy groceries.
yeah,
Or where's the best, and it's so hard because it's like you leave behind friendships,
yeah.
acquaintances, associations, doctors,
The familiar space.
pharmacies,
Yeah.
right? I mean, all of that, right? All of that was gone. It was like nerve-wracking, sort of. It was sort of frightening just
It is, but
to find a
it's
new
also an
doctor.
adventure, right? Like, it's still an
Yep.
adventure, right? And if you can kind of transition it to where I'm going to be okay. In the end, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's just the journey of getting there, and I think that's what is the focus. It's what you're learning in the journey
Yes.
that's more important than the actual destination.
Exactly. I know that for every morning when John and I were, looking over finishing breakfast and having coffee, and he'd say, "Well, what do you want to do today?" And I would
Well,
I
I don't
I
know.
would say, I don't know. What do you want to do today?"
Yeah,
Right?
good.
And
Yeah.
I think that everybody had some level of that experience, because right after it happened for me, independently, COVID came in and caused us all to live a new experience again.
Hmm.
Right. So in some ways there have been some preparation time, some time period of adjustment. And the most amazing thing to me is how resilient we all are,
Hmm.
how willing we are to see the rainbow at the end, the pot of gold at the end, knowing that rainbow is going to be difficult or challenging or even confusing, but it's achievable. That pot of gold, because we have such good intentions, because we have allowed our curiosity and our heartfelt uh, um, imaginations to predict and to control and to put out into the universe. That's something new. There's something new that comes from our hearts. There's something
Hmm.
new that is better and improved. And yeah, maybe we haven't done it before, but maybe it'll be exciting and fun. It
Hmm.
doesn't always have to be, "Ooh, you got that teacher? Sorry. I'll see you at recess." Just, that moment of,
But
the
that's what
opening it
COVID
up,
did.
right?
Yeah. But
So
that's what COVID did, Kate. Like it kind of allowed people, uh, and I know I say this, but some people didn't have as good a journey, but COVID allowed people to step back from their lives,
mhm,
right? Especially and in the stepping back, and you got to question whether that's how you want to finish it out, right? Like
yeah,
do you want to finish the next 20, 40 years doing this, being who you are, acting like you are, like living where you are? It allowed us to step
all
back
of those
and
questions.
reassess everything.
Yeah, put a pause, put a great big pause.
There's never anything in the lives before us that would have allowed you to do that, other than I guess extenuating circumstances that people go through, right? Whereas
Exactly.
now it was like the whole world got the same got the same prescription,
Yeah,
right? They did. They got
yes,
the
yeah,
same prescription. Everybody
yeah,
got to step back
yeah,
from
all the way around. It's
from
amazing.
and reevaluate. So it's moving forward, and I think that's what happened. The change started then. Like everybody got, their walking papers, and everybody got their report card in life. Well, okay, here it is. Are you doing an A on, getting along with people? Are you getting a B or a C? Or,
Yeah,
do you really want to put another 20 years into the boss you don't like or the job that you hate? Like, how can you improve upon that?
right. Yeah. In so
So
many
that was the
ways.
gift in COVID, but
Yes, the
it's what you
gift.
do with it
Exactly.
that makes the difference.
Exactly. Exactly. It's, and that perspective and that coming together. And for
Hmm.
me, the hardest part was the connections that I lost, the connections that are no longer there. And it isn't really that they're lost. I could pick up the phone and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" Uh,
Right,
but I went from managing an apartment complex where there were over 400 people, and I knew them all by name.
right.
And I no longer saw them on a
Yeah.
daily basis, or,
Oh.
wondered how the grandchild, whether it was a boy or a girl, wondered
Hmm.
whether this person healed from their broken leg, or
That's
that
it.
person,
It's
how they were.
family, right? They become
Right.
family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And, that cutoff. And then that trust that it was all going to be fine, that it was all going to be okay, that we were going to be okay. And I think that a lot of that ability to say, yes, I can get through this.
Right.
Yes, I know how to do this. Or even though the roads look different and some of the stores, I was like, it's a what? What's the name of the store? Because I hadn't
Yeah.
heard the name of the store before. Or people would say, oh, it's down at the fairgrounds. And I'd be like, I don't know where
Where
that
the
is.
fairgrounds are. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And so thank goodness that we had technology and GPS and everything else, because and people that were willing and kind, that were willing to say, it's okay, let me tell you how to get there. Or, oh, you're new to the area, oh cool, what brought you here? You don't want to know.
Mhm.
You don't want to know, but that's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay, because I'm here
Yeah.
now. We're doing good.
Yeah.
So let me jump into the questions, because that resilience, that ability to still allow your heart to be loving, and that ability to be resilient in a time of crisis or in a time of change, um, is a really powerful type of. I don't want to say that you wake up with it one morning. I think that it's something they build. I think it's a practice of inviting those kinds of um, strengths, if you will, those kinds of tools into your life, so that what does show up at the front door is what you were ready for. And
Hmm.
if you weren't quite ready for it, at least you were standing your ground. At least
Hmm.
you were okay, right?
Right. Yeah.
So let me start by asking the first question, which is, what do you do on a daily basis to bring joy into your life, that is bringing it to your mind? What do you do for your mind to bring in joy?
Oh, I have these things all laid out. So First off, I am a morning person. So for me, I love to get up in the morning and I love to have coffee. I mean that's just something I love to do, and it's I just like to be up. Like I
Yeah.
like to go to bed and I like to get up. But I like to get up early and I
Yeah.
like to have that time for myself,
Nice.
for my quiet contemplation. Um I also try to be aware of my thoughts and my feelings, so that I control how my mind is putting my thoughts and my feelings out there. I don't just run when I get angry. I step back. When I engage with people, I try to be thoughtful in my engagement, um, and I find it's the little things. It's the little things that you do that bring the joy, because I think sometimes we forget that we're all part of the system. We're
Hmm.
still all part of the system, but you
Hmm.
need the engagement with each other to be part of the system.
Right.
It's engaging with other people as well. And I mean, I go to meditation, but I have to say I'm a very lazy meditator. I'm not going to sit here and say I sit and go into a quiet place every morning, because I don't.
You know, people ask me all the time. They're like, "How do you learn how to meditate? You know, how did
It's
that start?"
hard.
Well, I can't do it. You know, my mind wanders off and goes and does this.
The
You know,
ADD brain.
meditation can be when you're doing the dishes,
That's it. When you're
right?
reading a book, when you're being creative,
Hmm.
actually, is a
That's right.
great way to be mindful, is when you're creative, because all your focus is on what you're doing and you're creating. And
Yes.
that's, and you know, if you're really thoughtful, you get messages through that, right? Like
Yes.
you'll get the messages through the creativeness.
Right. And
It,
maybe we should have a new name, find a new name instead of that big scary one, you know, meditation. Uh,
well, it
everybody,
sounds like work, right?
yeah, it does.
Doesn't
It
it?
does.
Like
It does.
it
Yeah.
just sounds like work. And you
And
say
it doesn't
meditate,
need
it's
to
like,
be.
oh my
Yeah.
God, do I have all that time to dedicate and sit? And I think because we scroll so much, our brains really are changing,
Yeah.
right? So we
Yeah.
have to find spirits trying to find alternative ways to connect with us. And I think that they're getting creative in their ways to do that. We just need to become more aware on how we're getting the messages.
Right. Exactly. And that, I think that is, is the main, compass, your
Mm-hmm.
awareness. You know, how in tuned are we? Are we busy being or are we busy doing?
Doing, yeah.
You know, the being part is the really important part
Well,
to do
because
to
think about
be.
it, Kate. It wasn't until everything was gone from us that we actually got, like, we started the journey on letting our spirituality come through.
Hmm.
Actually exploring. We always had the spirituality, but now we get to explore it,
Yes.
because what
And
else are we
share
doing?
it.
What else are we doing, right?
Yes. Exploring and
Yeah,
sharing,
so
right?
that's what spirit does. Sometimes it takes away stuff so that it can put in new stuff.
So there's room.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
there's
I
room for
totally
the new
agree.
things. Yeah,
When
definitely.
you having your coffee, are you inside or out? Now, I should
Well,
let
see,
people
we're
know.
we're in Canada, so it's quite snowy here yet. We are
Yes.
getting a bit of a spring, but
Yes.
yeah, it in the summertime definitely outside. Yeah,
Outside.
but in
Delicious.
right now it's still inside.
I'm one of those people that loves to be outside in the fresh air to eat. I don't know what that is. You know, maybe past life stuff, that just said,
Yeah.
"Ooh, this is yummy. Let's do this." But even yesterday, we were in South Lake Tahoe, driving around the lake, and it is covered in snow.
Is it still?
So,
Yeah.
and what it was a young lady was giving away her singing bowls, which I now have behind me.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so they're the chakra singing bowls.
Yeah.
And so I drove 2.5 hours to say
Wow.
thank you. Let me have the singing bowls.
Oh, nice.
And maybe I'll incorporate them into the meditation. Oh,
Yeah.
that thing that we do.
Yeah. A
but
jog.
Yeah, really.
that we didn't apply for.
Yeah, but it was really snowy. So at one point we were driving and everything was bright green because it had been raining, and we have tall redwoods and lots of tall evergreens, and
Oh, beautiful.
it's just really really beautiful. And all
Yeah.
of a sudden it went from green to white, and I was like, I'm not even wearing socks. I'm wearing not flip
But you're
flops, but pretty
remaining
close.
hopeful, right? You're remaining hopeful that the next leg of the journey is going to
It's
be
gonna be great.
spring
Yeah.
is on the way. We're only looking up from here.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But it was really beautiful. It was so beautiful. It had been a long time since I'd seen Lake Tahoe. Um, and and it was overcast and white, and the trees were, coming up out of the snow, and it really was gorgeous. It was such a nice adventure to be out and doing something different, and
Yeah,
just, experiencing something else. And
that's
especially, the fact that she was letting me have her singing bowls was really spectacular as well. There's
yeah,
7, so it's the chakras. It's
nice.
the pitch for the chakras. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see what comes out of that one. That'll be fun.
Oh,
Okay, so
so
next
it was your
question.
gift.
Yep. Are you ready?
Okay.
So
The
next
next one's
question.
a lot easier.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do you bring joy into your life every day for your body?
For my body, well, the first answer back would be to walk my dog in
Ooh,
nature. Yes, that gets me out. I make a point that's every day. So that
yeah,
gets me outside, even in the
nice.
snow. I'm like the mailman, neither rain nor sleet nor my dog gets walked.
Nice. That's
um,
awesome.
so getting out, and you know what else helps with that too with your body is laughing. Like
Mhm.
I try to have a good sense of humor, and I like laughing, and I like laughing with people, and I like laughing at things, like movies and shows and stuff. I really enjoy that. That is something that I try to do a lot of.
That's awesome.
Um,
That's a beautiful one to remember.
it is
Laughter.
because it shakes your body up. Like you can't be mad when you're laughing at somebody. Like you can't be
Exactly.
mad when when you have that laughter in you. You can't be crying when well, you can cry and laugh at the same time, but generally it's a better emotion to put forward. So yeah, so laughter is a great way to help your body
Yes,
uh,
absolutely.
bring joy in. And then my other answer too is chocolate. You can never have too much chocolate. And good chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate and
Chocolate.
nuts, my favorite.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Milk
I never
chocolate,
say no
dark
to that.
chocolate,
Yeah.
any kind of chocolate?
Mhm.
Every kind.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Is that something you have every day? A piece of chocolate?
Well, I'm gonna say I try not to, but if it's in the house, I'll definitely have it. Yes. That's why I don't bake, because if I baked, I'd eat it all. So I just try to,
Oh.
yeah, try not to. I limit the baking part.
No, I
Although,
understand. I can
yeah,
completely relate. At one point somebody said the phrase, "I think you have portion distortion." And I was like, "Is that a song? Am I
yeah,
supposed to know this? How come I don't know this? How come I've never heard this before?" And the whole concept of just have a bite or just have one is like, what?
yeah.
What
Is
is
that even
that?
a thing?
Is that a thing? Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I had I had my daughter talk about an experience where somebody was saying, "Oh, we're going to go out for ice cream. What flavor do you want?" And then they came back and they had 5 or 6 different flavors because there were 5 or 6 different people there, and everybody ran for a spoon. And she goes, "Well, can I have a scoop of this?" And they were like, "What's a scoop?" It was like,
What's a
"Oh, you get
scoop?
the whole, you get the whole." Okay. Alrighty then. Yeah,
Alrighty
and
then, yeah.
yeah, so I understand what that's like, and so there must be a time where you can be out and have one, or have go to a bakery or something and just have a slice.
Oh
Yes?
yeah, like I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying I don't bake at home because if I did, I'd probably eat it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
know that.
like
Oh my
every
gosh,
time you
we
pass the counter, it's oh, that's
we had to get that to that place where you can buy I don't know if they have them in Canada, but they might, where you can buy cookie dough squares,
yes,
and
yeah.
then you can only bake 1 or 2 at a time. Oh, sorry. Was I speaking another language?
You did say that, Rod.
But that could work if you put the others in
Yeah.
the freezer. But anyway, yeah, the sweet stuff is
Yeah.
sweet. It's
Yeah.
nice. It's nice to be able
It
to have that.
is. I mean, it's nice to treat ourselves every once in a while, but it is
Yeah.
what it is, right?
Yeah.
Some days you want two cookies, some days you won't want any. It just,
I know.
whatever the day brings.
I know. How do you make a cupcake out of a cake that's normally just a real big cake? That's been our
Mhm.
challenge because my favorite cake is called hummingbird cake.
Oh,
And
yes, that looks good.
yeah,
That looks
okay, you know
really
of
good.
it. Yes, it's very light. It has
Looks labor
pineapple
intensive
and
though.
cinnamon and raisins
All
and
those layers.
yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So trying to figure out how to get that into a cupcake would be really nice if anybody knows how to do that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that would be good.
Questions for the
Let,
viewers.
yeah. Hey, let me know. Put it in the comments down below. How do you make
That's
hummingbird
right.
cake into a cupcake?
That's
I
right.
guess you could just instead of putting never mind. We're getting off. I know somebody said to me, "Have you ever thought about doing a baking show?" And I was like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
no, no! You guys don't want to see what it looks like in my kitchen when I'm cooking.
Yeah.
No, no, you don't
I'm
want
not
to
a
go there."
baker.
Okay, so what in the very last question on this category is, what do you do for your spirit every day that brings in joy?
So what I do for my spirit, and I practice kindness. And I hope that doesn't sound too egotistical, but I do. I do practice kindness. And you know what my favorite thing to do is to smile at strangers. I
Mm-hmm.
love smiling at people because you smile at them and they smile back. Like it's like instant reward. Like you smile at them and it's just like they look at you and then they go, "Oh." The smile comes on their face. I love that. I love that.
Oh,
It's such a nice thing to do for myself. I'm not
yes,
even to say them. It's all me. I'm selfish that way.
yeah, no, I totally get it. I totally get
Yeah.
it.
And I try to be positive
Mm-hmm.
in my thinking, right? I'm not perfect. I think people should understand that. Like when people talk about their own spirituality, unless they're a monk sitting on a mountain away from humanity, I don't think we can be perfect. We can
Yeah,
try.
yeah,
But I still swear at people behind the steering wheel of my car. Sorry.
that's okay. You are human. You are human.
But I do, like I said, I connect with spirit, and I connect with spirit like I'm having a conversation with somebody in my head. Like when I ask a question and then I'll just wait and then all of a sudden this answer pops in and I know
Yeah,
it's not me. It's not my ego, it's them
yeah,
talking to me. So I talk to them all the time. And and the more you practice something like that, the more answers you get and the more you trust, right?
yes, yes.
So that's and I try to be grateful. I try to be grateful. I'm grateful for the people that come. It's amazing. I'm grateful for the people that come forward to assist me in my way forward. That's what I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that is so sweet. I'm grateful for you too. But you didn't know you were answered to prayer, so
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good. It's all
It
meant
all
to
works out.
meant to happen. So that's awesome. Okay, so have you noticed like when you don't have those elements in your day? Have you noticed the difference?
I think because I think yes, you notice them because you start with the negative self-talk, right? Like the negative self-talk rears its ugly head,
Hmm.
and I think then the just the I can't do this or who do I think I am? Who do the shame, like your all the bad stuff starts to come and I'm like I said, I'm conditioning myself not to let that come forward as much anymore, right? And it is you have to condition yourself.
Hmm.
You have to keep pushing those thoughts aside and you have to keep reinforcing that, you're just as important in the human race as everybody else. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And
We need everybody. Yeah.
and the consequences that, come forward in your life give you different perspectives on life. It's not
Hmm.
meant to they're not meant to stop you in your tracks so that you don't move forward. Everything is
Hmm.
about moving you forward to the end game,
Right. I
right?
noticed I noticed too that it's like it isn't that the the crummy stuff doesn't stop happening.
No, it's
That isn't
not.
it.
But you come
It
through it faster.
but you get through it faster. And the other thing too is that the options of how to handle it
Hmm.
become many.
Yes.
Like it's suddenly there's many different ways of doing it, or reaching out, or asking for help, or just ideas, or a different way presents itself that maybe
Yes.
hadn't ever crossed your mind before. And so I'm always so grateful for that, because I can feel the stuckness. Like I can
Hmm.
feel like I'm getting stuck into something um if the day has gone poorly,
Hmm.
and switching that. So that's the next question. How do you pivot?
That wasn't on my cheat sheet. How do you pivot? Well, I think that comes from just that comes from being aware. Like this is where spirit's asking us this, like in this time of change. Like
Mhm,
spirit's really asking us to go inside and trust ourselves more and set the boundaries we need to set, and to be more honoring of ourselves, like our own autonomy as a
mhm,
person, as a human being, as a
right.
spirit, really. It's not even about being the human being on the earth, it's about being the spirit on the earth.
Mhm,
That's what they're asking. They're asking us to find our joy in that, because they don't want it to be so hard. It was never meant to be this hard.
right.
It
Yeah.
was never meant to be. That's not something that was ever, I think, in the plan. I think, yes, there were supposed to be lessons learned through the contrasts in life, but
Mhm,
I don't think, I think, I think we were supposed to be wiser at this point, and I think that's what's happening now. Is that all the light workers that have come in are getting awakened to move it forward to where it
mhm.
needs to be.
Awesome. It's fantastic.
Mm.
Do you have any questions for me?
Um, I didn't know I was going to get that.
Do you
Okay.
want to come back next week? I can ask you
Yeah,
again. No.
come back next week. Yeah, I'll have some good ones for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No.
Kate, how long have you been doing this?
Have I been doing the YouTube
Yeah, how long
channel?
have you been doing the YouTube? Yeah.
I think I started my YouTube channel in 2022,
Yeah.
maybe 2021.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I had a year off. I took a
Right.
year off. I was guided to take a year off, and I'm really grateful that I did. I miss everybody. The
Mm-hmm.
connections, the co-hosting, the collaborations, the people in the chat, because
Right.
there's a sense of community and a sense of belonging. But it was a very difficult time, of me learning some stuff personally that I had to learn, and so I needed that year. My husband's health,
Mm-hmm.
it really started deteriorating about 16 months ago, and so it's been important that I'm at the ready
Right.
at any given notice, at any given second,
Right.
to be his EMS, his ambulance driver, his get him to the hospital quickly, because the condition is onset is so mysteriously not known how or what sets it off, that it's traumatic, and that I don't know that I would have been reliable to, and he still has the condition, but we have learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We've learned a lot,
Right.
so hopefully, the recommendation that's coming will calm things down again, and life will have more of a sense of um, I'm a spiritual person, so I understand the body stops when the body stops, right?
Right.
That's not up to me, and
Right.
that's not up to him. I even believe that I'm not in control of my heart beating.
Mm-hmm.
That's the God spark. That's the connection
Right.
to source. I'm not doing that. I'm not physically going, oh yeah, come on, bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Wait, you missed a beat. Go back.
Yeah.
So for me, the understanding, the connection to spirituality, and the allowing of knowing that our love continues beyond the body, beyond time, that what we learn in this lifetime we take with us, And the
Mm-hmm.
connections that we make and the love that we share becomes woven into who we are, into our souls. That's why when you recognize someone and you go, wow, I feel like I've known you forever. You have. You
Yes.
have known them forever. And then their piece is lighting up
Oh,
inside
that's
you,
it. Yeah.
right? So the part that's them that you recognize from whatever time that was is lighting up. And you go, wait,
Mm-hmm.
wait, I know that. I know that. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the connection,
Yeah.
that alchemy, that interweaving of our love. So the love that I give to you, so the love that I give to Rosaire, or that I give to Arlene or Jay, or
Right.
to anybody that is in my heart, they didn't ask for that. They didn't have to earn it. They didn't have to
That.
buy it. They didn't have to finagle it. It wasn't a trade off. It was something that was freely given. And
Yeah.
in that free gift is a link, is a connection. It's a soul to soul connection that is always available to you and always improving and making you better. So the more that we love, the more that we share our love, the more that we connect with each other, the stronger that soul DNA, or that soul connecting becomes. And it's forever. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just for this lifetime. It's for every lifetime, all
No, it's true.
lifetimes.
Yeah, you're
So,
right, because we all go back to the one, right?
yes,
One
we all go back
source,
to
one.
source. Yeah,
Yeah.
we all become love
Yeah.
again. So, even though I have that in the back of my head, even though I can say that, the idea that maybe I won't have a husband tomorrow
Right.
is still human. I'm still human. So that
That we're still
that
here having that
aspect
human
of
experience.
how
Yeah.
does that work?
Mm-hmm.
And I have so many that have reached out that have said, call me, text me, talk to me,
Yeah.
Zoom me, whatever it is that you
Share.
need, who
Share.
have gone through that.
Yeah.
And they do understand that passing, that time frame, that ability to say, okay, it's time,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So taking the year off was important. And
Yeah.
I'm really glad that I feel confident enough to come back and that I can do it the way that I need to be doing it. Because I tried to do it the way everyone else does, and I couldn't handle.
It's not
I
you.
couldn't
You need
handle
to be
being
you.
locked in. I
Yeah.
was just absolutely locked in. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little more rebellious.
I love that. Why not? Why can't you do you, right?
I'm a
It's
little
all good.
rebellious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to do it my way, or actually, I have to do it the way my spirit's guides are saying. Do it this
That's
way.
it.
Yeah,
That's it. And the people who are meant to be with you will come to you, right? Like the people
absolutely.
who are meant to hear your words will come to you, hear
We'll
your
come
words.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah.
So I just want to share two quick things before we go into our meditation, and one of these is a story that came across. Oh gosh, I don't even remember what inspiring website it came off of, but it's a story. It's a story about a musk deer. Now, I'm not a hunter. I don't know anything about these animals. Okay, so I had to kind of look it up. It lives in South Asia. It's a
Oh,
small animal. Okay, and this is the story. So here's the
okay.
fable. One day, when a musk deer was very young, he noticed a beautiful scent. The musk deer followed it and walked for miles, and yet he could never find the source of the scent. He tried again the next day and still had no luck, and again he kept looking for the source of the scent. Fast forward several years, and the musk deer has traveled far and wide. He is determined as ever and a little bit tired. And then one day, the musk deer in his exhaustion stumbles to the forest floor. On the way down, his tooth wounds him badly. The musk deer lays dying on the forest floor. His nose draws near to his belly for the first time, and he perceives the enchanting aroma. All along, it has been emanating from him.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that
Wow.
beautiful? From within him.
Yeah.
So the story of the dusk deer reminds us that our purpose, what we've been searching for, is often within us. Too often we search out there and forget to look inside. And then this piece came across my screen today too, so I had to share it. And that was Harriet Tubman said that every great dream begins with the dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars and change the world. I believe those words.
Yeah.
I
Perfect.
believe in those words.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to enter into a meditation that will connect us to each other and hopefully will provide some encouragement and some support for what is needed to get through the changes that are coming. And once again, I only half wrote this, so I'm not sure if how it's
Don't
going
forget
to
you.
how it's going to come out. So we're just going to have to take it. We're just going to have to take it, a step at a time, and trust that the meditation will come out okay.
It will.
So let me get this all set up here. Okay, so before we do the meditation, let's begin by asking Source, guides and angels, and all loved ones through all lifetimes to join us in this spiritual exploration and to form a protective filter that only allows the highest form of loving energy to be with all of us. With grace and gratitude, we acknowledge all the gifts of love, both seen and unseen, that have been and are being given to us now. And so it is. So please settle into a comfortable position, and we begin by taking 3 slow breaths. And as we breathe in compassion. And breathe out any discomfort. And breathe in joy. And breathe out anything stressful. And breathe in unconditional love. And let go of fear. So take a moment to allow these transformational energies, the breath of life, to envelope you. You are safe. You are blessed. You are love. Notice how your breathing becomes more relaxed. Your shoulders soften. You are safe. Come walk with me. We start by heading toward the open meadow. We walk along the small path that first finds the creek, a gurgling and delightfully sparkling creek. Sunlight sends little sparkles on the top of the ripples. Notice a leaf passing by. The water is so clear you can see the soft pebbles underneath. We take off our shoes and with bare feet cross the gentle stream. It is refreshing, feeling the movement of the water, not cold, but soft and delicate. And so we reach the other side and continue to go up to the open meadow. Notice as we get closer to the opening that there are wildflowers along the edge of the path. They were not here before, but look, Look how pretty they are, new and different, with such beautiful colors. And as you turn the corner, your wonderful meadow becomes completely in view. Notice the rolling of the hillside, the smell of the grass. It feels so comfortable under your feet. Everything is so wonderfully perfect. The colors of the sky, the birds sing a playful melody. It's meant just for you. This incredible place, this beautiful place, the nature of inside your heart. And there just ahead is your favorite bench, cozy and waiting for you. Have a seat, relax. The universe wants to hold you inside the magic of change. You are safe. You are strong. And with a soft breeze, notice a haze, a sparkling ruby color. Everything it touches becomes renewed, brighter, greener. It stands a little taller and has more confidence. This ruby color, as it swirls around you, notice how your energy is softly shifting with this ruby sparkle. And then from under the lining of the clouds, you notice amber rays. These sparkling rays bring creativity and manifestation. And they come and sparkle around and through you. Beautiful amber, sparkling light. With this light, you remember the courage to let your heart's longing join in the collective energy of the amber and the ruby. Everything becomes even brighter. And now there is a whisper of aqua sparkles. These sparkles are peace, the peace from all time, gently bringing to you comfort, compassion, and quiet. Notice how the aqua blends with the amber and the ruby, swirling around you, through you, leaving all the qualities the universe wants you to know. You will be just fine. You have been through change before, and this change can hold the magic of your heart's imagination. So take a moment and see what it is you want. What does your world look like? What do you want for the planet, for your community, for your family, for your loved ones? Add that into that beautiful, glowing energy that is swirling. Add your dreams. Know that they are magnificent. Know that you are magnificent and that your light is meant to shine, is meant to be shared. And every time you share your light and your love, it comes back. It comes back with laughter and music and color. So let's send this love that we have, this alchemy of light, to each other. Let's send it to each other now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your love. We'll share it to each other. And as it grows and grows, we allow it to rise. Just as the knowing that all is well and that truth will rise. We send our love and all our energy out into the universe, where it will join other beautiful light to help heal, to help transform, and to help make our existence, our universe, the highest and most benevolent it has ever been. Have confidence that it's real, that it's possible, and that your dreams matter. And so, as we settle back down, know the universe is bringing all the energy it can for you to help you feel peaceful, confident, creative, help you feel loving and loved during any kind of change. And now it's time to return. We need to take a quick look around this beautiful meadow. It always gets better and better every time you see something new. New birds, new growth. And as we leave along the path, take a few of those beautiful wildflowers, pop them into your heart, put them in that little pocket so that you'll always have them with you. The magic and the color of wildflowers, there for your picking. And we follow the path to the little creek. And once again, dip our feet in as we walk across, allowing the water to refresh us. And once on the other side, slip our feet back into our shoes and come back to the present, to where we are now. You are loved. You are magnificent. Always remember, you matter. Your light matters. Your love is more magnificent than all the stars in the galaxy. Know that you are loved. And so when you are ready, open your eyes. This ends the meditation.
Thank you, Kate. That was wonderful. Oh,
Like I said, spirit driven.
yeah.
I'm not going to tell you when the script stopped.
No, that's all right. It was seamless. It was seamless. You did a wonderful job. Thank
Oh,
you very
thank
much
you.
for having me on your show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Thanks
Oh,
everybody
it
in
was
the
fun.
chat.
It was
Thank
fun. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Yeah,
You know, I
absolutely.
love this. And I love knowing that everybody's here and my new subscribers and
Oh,
my regular
wonderful.
subscribers. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know what? We're so important. It's so important. Hang in there. You know, change
Yeah.
can be an adventure. Thank
Embrace
good,
it.
yes,
Embrace
thank
it.
goodness the universe wants us to have everything
Yeah.
that we have.
Let spirit drive. Let spirit drive
Absolutely.
the bus.
Yeah, I would love to have you back. So, you know, thank you. Thank you for everyone in the chat.
Yes.
Remember, next week I'm going to pull a winner. So be
You
sure
get
and put a
pretty
comment
gone.
down under the show once the show goes live or is on YouTube. I guess it's underneath the actual video is where you want to put a comment, you know, an emoji, you know, anything, a question even. And that is a drawing entry once you've done that. So that would be a drawing for the mystery box, which I think is, you know, going to be delightful. It's
I think every time you say it, you should be going like this, mystery box. Mystery box. That makes
oh
it so
my
much more
gosh.
fun.
Oh my gosh. So next week, like I said, we're going to do the drawing. We might do a dream show. We'll see how that goes. And thank you so much, Corinne. You are welcome back
Oh, it's been
anytime.
fun. I love it. It's been a great
Anytime.
time.
All right, folks. Until next week, sweet dreams.
Yeah.